Bubba's song that he wrote, taking me to zero. This is what we do.
Feel it. Open.
And we're on. Take one. Artocast.
Test 1, 2, check. Wait, your test.
Test,
Okay,
test.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is just a check. So yeah, we're here.
I'll move this over here.
There's rain outside, and there's Dana.
It's a little rainy. Sun's
You don't have to
starting
sneak in. Well, let's get to it. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's fuck some shit up.
He was born dead. He was born dead. I think were we all born dead?
I was very much alive, I think, when I was born.
Born dead, and he's music, art, whole deal. Mike Witt, everybody. Come on in. All right.
Fun fact, did almost kill my mother when I was born.
What? You almost killed your mother?
It was a bloody mess.
What the hell?
I was also a C-section baby, so
Just keep it going.
around that one. Huh?
There we go. C-section, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was induced by the umbilical cord.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Really? So literally born dead. He wasn't lying.
Nope.
He was born dead.
How was that?
Oh, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you made it out, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, I guess, huh?
Better than Mondays.
Fucking A.
It wasn't Monday.
No,
It wasn't a
Oh,
Monday.
fucking Mondays.
the doctors, told my parents I was going to be retarded.
Not
Because
far off.
I didn't cry. When I woke up, I didn't cry. Like when I came to, I was just
Yeah.
like chilling.
Made it.
And they're like, "Oh, something's wrong. He should be crying like crazy right now."
Or the chillest baby ever.
Yeah. I was like, I just didn't want to wake
Well,
up.
I mean, that sounds kind of rough. Being born dead's probably pretty exhausting, I would imagine, so.
I didn't, I think it was all right.
What do you mean? It's better to be
It's a lot
retarded.
easier than being born alive.
So, when's your birthday?
June 3rd, 1977.
Cool, it's coming up.
Yeah, it is.
I'm also a Gemini.
Nice.
Cheers to Geminis.
Are you Gemini too?
Yes.
Really?
You are?
Yeah.
Rad.
May 26th.
I'm a Snatchitarius.
What's that? I get it. Never. This is good.
Yeah. So, birth, we talked about birth, and here we are now. What's
yes.
happened to you in between those times?
Oh man, not very much.
No?
Well, lots. I'm 44, turning 44. Here,
On June 3rd.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I spent the first half of my life as a little Mormon kid. But I never was one.
What part of Utah did you grow up in?
I was mostly in West Jordan, and then, I went to junior high and high school down in Pleasant Grove.
Oh, the PG.
PG.
Right on.
Pregnant girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it means?
That's what, that's what they told me when I moved there.
Yeah.
PG on the mountain. Yeah, PG. That
yeah.
doesn't stand for Pleasant Grove. It's pregnant girls.
My mom told me that when I was a kid, because that was something that they used to make fun of back then as well. So.
Yeah, PG.
Yeah, it always cracked me up.
Yeah. But I was, I was in Arizona until 3. That's where I was born, was Arizona. Mesa.
Okay. That's why
Mesa,
you were born
Arizona.
dead, because it was fucking Arizona.
Yeah, I didn't want to be there. I was like, it's too hot.
Nobody wants to be there, I think.
Crawled back up.
No offense, Arizona, sorry.
But I was born in Mesa, which is like the hot spot of Mormonism back then.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
So back
Kind of
then...
just outside of Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back then it was like way out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In 77, it was way out there. And
Right.
them crazy Mormons
The
are out in the
deserts.
desert. But
It's like
now,
Colorado City.
Now it's like Mormons and Hell's Angels.
Oh, fuck, what an awesome mix.
Yeah. That's kind of
Well, now I want to be Mormon.
Are they just do they both just fight to convert each other?
No, they live in peace and harmony out there.
I bet they do.
Could you be a Mormon?
They
in
ride
Hell's Angel.
They ride
or you have to be
different type of bikes. Different type of bikes out there. The missionaries are different.
Total different type of
that's
bikes.
that's where I'm from. It's Mesa.
Right on.
But only till 3, and then we lived down at West Jordan. You know, back in the 80s, the early 80s, and
When West Jordan was nothing but like farms and shit. I remember that.
I lived right outside of Dixie Valley.
Yeah.
You know, and Dixie Valley back then was the only hood around. Everywhere else was pretty chill. You know, that was the gunshots and police chases town.
So was West Valley back then.
But
that was more
nowadays,
90s, I guess.
Dixie Valley's just in the middle of all the shit.
Yeah.
You know, but back then it was the hood, and I lived around the edge of it. We had a car one time. I remember sleeping and hear a bunch of gunshots, and I woke up and it was, you know, the cops were shooting at them and they were shooting at the cops. It was like one of them driving, shooting police chases. You know, the classic movie thing.
Those are fun. Yeah.
And they ended up in our front lawn. You know, he took out our mailbox and skidded up through our lawn, and my dad was all pissed about the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grass, not the.
But yeah, so
That's
not the violence.
That's a dad thing.
What the hell happened to my
you know.
grass?
You know how much saw this these days, bro?
Yeah.
Back then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just say.
It takes a long time to reseed that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
bunch of kids. You know, I got 7 brothers and sisters. But they were my oldest brother and sister. Well, not my brother. My older sisters were like rocker chicks back in the day. In the 80s.
Rocker chicks.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah,
They had the big hair. Oh yeah, early 80s like rocker chicks.
Hell yeah.
I used to make fun of my
Hell yeah.
sister. I was like,
I love them.
you start headbanging, right? Then you smack your head against the wall and hairspray it real fast. You know, that's what it looked like back then. It'd be like straight up and out.
Yeah, that's actually kind of how I do my hair now.
Yeah,
so.
that was all my sisters back then. And
we used to call it the West Valley.
The claw.
Yeah.
Or
West
the
Valley
wall.
claw
You
or
either
the
got
wall.
the claw or the wall.
Back in the satanic panic, you know, childhood was great, you know? It was awesome.
Sounds phenomenal. And then you moved to Pleasant Grove.
Moved to Pleasant Grove.
How was that?
That is where I got mostly into music.
Right on.
You know,
We were just talking about that earlier. Utah County is a great place to be when you're, like, as far as music is considered, you know?
yeah, it's so shitty. You have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You know, I like Utah County, other than cops and stuff. You know, but it's great mountains. You know, me and my homies lived up in the mountains.
It is beautiful out there.
We were tripping acid every weekend and going to the woods. You know, that was what we did, and played music.
Right on.
Music and tripping in the woods.
Getting teenagers pregnant.
Yeah.
Utah County?
Trying.
That's
Trying.
the Provo. Right?
Trying, yeah.
I don't know what Utah County is.
Utah County's Provo, Pleasant
okay.
Grove.
Yeah, we had.
Orem. I don't know what else is out
I
there.
don't go
Sorry,
that
Utah
way.
County.
We
I'm
had
afraid to.
kids
Yeah.
in my school die of an urban legend. Okay.
Ooh, which
For
one?
real. So there's a claim up American Fork Canyon that you can drive up there and you go to the fork. You know, the one that goes to Tibble Fork and the one that goes up the other way. And you do 3 circles with your headlights off. And then you go back down the canyon and a hearse, a ghost hearse, starts following you
I've never heard this one.
Devil's Fork, right?
and chases
That's
you
what they
down
call
the
it, yeah.
canyon. Right?
No way!
So that's supposed to be the thing, right? And so these 3 kids, or I think it was 4 of them, at school, they were all bragging how they're going to go do it. We're going to go up there this weekend and we're going to do that thing. And all 4 of them fucking died.
No, that same night?
They wrecked their car.
What?
Yeah. And they found out that the one girl, her name was, I don't know if you should say dead people's names.
We'll bleep it out if it's not
Yeah,
okay.
her name was Pepper Haney.
God damn it! I know it. Sorry.
They found
What an
out.
awesome name, by the way.
They found out after the wreck that she was pregnant. So, you know, one of them pregnant girls.
You'll be okay.
That's
You've got
another
more
urban
stories.
legend.
Yeah. So one of them pregnant girls was in the urban legend wreck.
Huh.
But so it was like official. They were talking about it, went up and did it, and
And that was the myth.
they're all dead.
that,
They
ghost
drowned
hearse.
in the river but in their upside down car.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to go.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Devil's Fork, right? Because
I don't know what they called it. I don't know. I just remember
Let's
that
go to
was
the
the.
think
Devil's
that
Fork
is-
now.
I saw
Or what is
I mean,
this?
but that's the urban, that's
Yeah.
the myth. You know,
Huh.
you do the 3 circles and then go back down the canyon, and this hearse chases you back down the canyon.
Interesting.
Kids, don't do this.
Yeah.
And they tested them for drugs, alcohol, nothing. They were all sober.
Well, that's how they fucked up.
Yeah.
But they went off. They went off right at mile marker 10. If you go up the canyon, it's right past the Tip Cave. Right past the cave, it turns this way, and they went straight off. And they took out 4 trees, like cut the trees in half. For a long time, there was some half trees there
American
for a while.
Fork Canyon.
Yep. And then they went upside
That is
down.
a beautiful drive. If anyone gets the chance to do it, check it out. But maybe in the day and keep your
Yeah.
headlights on or
Yeah,
something.
Keep headlights on.
Hey,
Don't
pin
go
that
to
on Google, would you?
Yeah.
But that was during like kind of the same time frame of when I started my first bands. You know, started putting on shows.
What was your first band?
Well, the first like real band was I called it the George Albert Show,
Okay.
and after one of the Mormon presidents,
Oh,
Yes,
that's what I was gonna say.
but
George
the-
Albert,
yeah,
I
stories.
don't know.
the George Albert, you know, the Mormon president dude, he had a one-man band,
He did.
and he did it
Of course he did.
to get this chick, you know, like at school.
Like 14 of them.
He liked it,
Okay.
and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go and make this one-man band, and I'm
To impress one chick.
to get this one girl." And
Sounds
so
about
he
right.
would run home.
Okay.
You know, when school let out, he would run home and set all his shit up. So he was sitting there jamming when she walked by.
What a cool move.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
so,
slick.
So my first punk band, we called it the George Albert Show. We went by Gas. We were called Gas. You know.
I wouldn't
Right
have put
on.
that together unless you said that.
And we played a bunch of the old Utah County '90s punk shows. A bunch of the old bands. You know, like we've played with all the Endless Struggle dudes, but like in their bands before Endless Struggle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there was like, my buddy Jesse was in a band called Deviants. You know, and we played with them a couple times, and you know they were fucking rad. But I went to all their shows back in the day. I was just cool, you know, this little punk kid in high school.
This is
Utah County.
Utah County.
In the 90s.
Yep, in the '90s.
I hear it was rad.
I came up with the idea of renting out National Guard armories and doing shows in them. I don't know if you ever heard of any of those armory shows or went to any back in the day.
I can't say that
But
I have.
I was the one that started.
come on, Tess.
That
I would-
sounds phenomenal.
You've been on a billion shows.
I'm a tick younger than y'all, so I don't.
Yeah, I was the one
tick
that
doesn't-
started the armory shows. No one did them before. And, you know, I was just sitting there looking for places to play shows. I mean, like I do now, I'm always putting shows on weird places. I'll just ask people, like, yo, can we do some
Those
concerts
are
here?
always the best shows.
You
too,
know, and
you know?
I just had this like light bulb over my head. I'm like, you know what? What about the National Guard Armory? They have like the big like basketball court in the middle of every single one of them.
They let you do it?
And I went and talked to them, and they're like $150.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's like the size of a
In the
basketball court.
90s, yeah.
$150.
How's
So one of the first ones I
need to
did,
think about something like
one of the first ones I did was on Halloween, right? And I passed out flyers for 2 or 3 months in advance. That's how I used to do shows.
I miss old school
You know what I'm
flyers
saying?
like that where they're all hand
Yeah.
drawn and photocopied.
Yeah, and I
shit.
go and hit
Yeah.
up all the high schools. Man, I think we had close to like 400 people go to this show.
That's fucking super awesome
Right?
for your very first
And
show ever.
Yeah, and I had like 4 or 5 bands. The Red Bennies played that one. A lot of the shows I put on were some of the Bennies' first shows, and man, I bought like a 500 count glow in the dark bouncy ball box. Like a box of bouncy balls, right? And me and my crew of friends sold everybody acid that day. Like, we made sure everybody was tripping.
What?
Like
You know,
do?
you know what I'm saying?
400?
And so all these, I mean, not all 400 people, but like our homies, our group of everybody was tripping, like that we knew, you know.
That was that good old 90s asset
And
too.
I went down to Van Wagnen's pawn shop on
Did
State
I do it
Street
in the 90s?
in Orem, right? Went down to Van Wagnen's and I rented this light show, right? And so I got this crazy lights. I got all these black lights.
That's rad.
And I dumped this box because at the armory there's like a double-decker level, I dumped this box of 500 glow-in-the-dark bouncy balls off the top level.
So wait, did you throw the first rave in Utah County?
No, there was raves, I think, before that.
There were.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But it was a long, I mean, it was early
Bouncy
90s.
ball, like the bounce.
Like 500. And
Just those glow in the dark
I wanna
super
go.
balls, like the big ones.
But so I had
there
the black
now.
lights on, so they were just like, oh man, we were
Fucking
tripping.
binging
So
people in the
tracers
face and shit.
everywhere.
I
They
remember
bounce.
that.
Woo! And everyone started grabbing them and hucking them around, and the army dudes were just like, fuck it.
Fuck
They
it.
didn't give two shits.
Look at these weird little shits, huh?
Army dudes didn't give a fuck what we did.
I feel like Army dudes don't give a fuck about most things, so.
Yeah, they had two
Worked
dudes,
out for you, huh?
two like army guys as guards, and
they have rifles?
they didn't even say nothing to nobody. Like they weren't like cops or nothing. Like they just were there.
That
to
was
make
probably
sure.
a good time for them. They're like, look at all these little kids all fucked up. Like,
Oh man.
Life before September
Oh
11th,
man.
bro.
My bass player.
Call life before
My bass
September
player.
11th
Yeah.
for sure.
I was in a band called Infest at the time. Not the famous Infest.
Oh, you weren't in that one?
No.
No?
I was in the Utah County bunch of crusty punk kids
Infest.
Infest. And we were sitting there playing. I was the drummer in Infest, you know. And I sang half the songs because the rest of my band couldn't sing and play instruments at the
Dude,
same
it's super rad when drummers sing.
So yeah, in Infest I was drumming and singing, and my bass player, in the middle of the set, just takes his bass off and just throws it out in the crowd. And he's like, nah, nah, you know, like gets all weird and like runs off. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. And we keep
Oh
playing
yeah,
our
the
set.
show must go on.
Yeah, we keep playing, and later we're like, Luke, what the hell? And he was tripping so hard. He said that
me?
his bass strings were just like rainbows.
Whoa.
Waving rainbows, and he didn't know what to do, so he just started hitting them, and then he couldn't take it no more, and that's when he threw his bass.
Fuck yeah.
Acid is a hell
So
of a drug.
that
This
was,
sounds like the Mad Hatter of the 90s, bro.
90s
Yeah,
acid
so
is
we-
a hell of a drug.
I paid all the bands. I gave everybody like my homies that were just like, you know, nobodies. I gave them all $50. I gave the Bennies $150, and one of the other bands, I can't remember who they were, $150 too. And then I made $400 after
Fuck yeah.
after paying for everything. After everything, I mean, it was great.
How old
know.
were you at this time?
I was like 16 or 17.
Dude, that's killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that
I
probably.
was retarded
16 or
when I was
17,
that age,
that's
so good for you.
I did that like 5 or 6 times. I did one at the Provo Armory, the Lehigh Armory. I got arrested at the Lehigh Armory in the middle of my concert.
Lehigh's different
Did you ever
town.
play with like Quango and those guys?
I don't know. I would have a hard time remembering names from back then, though. There's a few band names and
I'm pretty
stuff.
sure I have a flyer with you guys on if it's gas.
Yeah, there's a couple
You'll have
of
to look for
bands.
that.
Yeah.
There's some bands I definitely remember, but I'm sure I played with some that I don't have no clue who they were. You know, back then I was so fucked up all the time.
I get that.
I just showed up and played and left, you know, like tripping the whole time.
For sure.
You know, but that was some good times. That was like my first intro
It sounds pretty fucking radical.
into musics, you know.
Nice.
And then they had this crazy punks, you know, like a lot of the dudes from Endless Struggle and other people. Like there's a band called the Purbats and you know Purry Doo and all those ones. You know, a bunch of people had this warehouse down in Provo, and that shit got crazy too.
I don't think I knew. Is Endless Struggle
Provo.
from Provo?
It's weird.
No. But
No,
they
a couple
always
of
go
dudes
down.
are from,
Okay.
couple of them from Utah County.
Jesse-
I feel
Okay.
too much in
Jesse's
trouble
from-
Yeah, I
down
know
there.
Yeah.
Jesse
Utah
Struggle?
County has an awesome
Yeah.
fucking music scene. I just didn't know. Okay.
Didn't you have a car or a van that
Yeah,
traveled with music?
me?
Yeah, like you'd open it up and play anywhere type of thing?
No,
Was that you?
I mean, I had a '67 bus, Volkswagen bus. That's what I
Nice.
drove back
That's
then.
so fucking awesome.
And then hauled all my equipment out, and I had
You
my
got this penis? You're so lucky.
I had my guitar player flew out. My guitar player flew out of it one time. It had the barn doors on the side.
Oh, the
And-
barn
and
doors.
They came open, and he flew out of the bus on the way to a show, and he caught the door and he was like, you know, flapping in
Dang.
the wind. You
No
know, like,
way!
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a good
Did y'all
one.
ever do some bus surfing? Like have someone ride on the top?
We did.
Yeah.
We
Team
did that.
Team Wolf.
Yeah. We did.
I
Go
had
beer.
two friends that had a Volkswagen bus. They used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
They'd have a sunroof, so you can just climb out the sunroof while they were driving and.
I drove that for 5 years. That bus. That was like
Right
that was our trip machine. Forever.
I bet.
And then it just died. I kept losing gears. Reverse went first, and then second gear.
A lot losing them.
Yeah. So by the time I had to park it. I was going from first to third. You know. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And not trying to race.
and not trying to park anywhere.
No.
I needed to go in reverse. Yeah.
Damn.
But it was awesome. I loved that bus.
Dude, buses are rad.
Yeah.
Most of them you gotta like fucking push them to start them, you know? Like those pullback cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I get that's all back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
They
did you
did-
start painting and?
Well, I
collaging
got
and
mostly into getting serious with art later on. Back in the day, I was more. Always did art, but like more doodling back in the day a lot. Not really trying to do anything real, or like I'm gonna do this, you know. And I would just pick up some shit once in a while and draw some shit out of boredom. Never really was getting serious too much until recently. I mean, there's a while when I just lamed out completely. I didn't play guitar for 5 years straight once.
What?
Yeah.
What did you do during that time?
I don't know. Just was alive. You know?
Wow.
Alive.
Much unlike your
Doing
birth.
dumb stuff.
Was that a good break?
Well,
I don't know. Some things are good. Some...
one
It wouldn't be
thing
for me. I've already forgotten songs I played.
When I quit playing guitar
Yeah.
I've never stopped that long ever since or
Yeah.
before. But like,
That's awesome.
if I stop playing guitar for any length of time, I usually come back with some pretty fire shit. You know, like my brain builds up over time.
Yeah.
And you know, like you'll get into a rut if you practice and play all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get into a groove.
Yeah.
You know, and it might be hard
Maybe
to
that's what's wrong with
explore.
me.
It
But
might
it's
be
a
hard to
coping mechanism
explore
for me to keep
around,
playing. So.
It
you know,
is.
in
Yeah,
your brain.
you kind of just start playing the same
Yeah.
shit.
You know, but
over.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're right.
If you see my band play live, I got like one of my songs is really fucking weird, and it's just a crazy time signature. There's lots of weird shit going on in the song, and it's one of them that I hadn't played guitar for a month or two, and I came back and just played it. That's usually how it works with me.
Wow.
I'll sit down and play an entire new song from start to finish.
Damn.
With all the different changes,
Really?
solos, whatever. It just comes out all at once.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, hey, that was kind of cool, and I'll play it 500 times until I can't forget it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
But like
kinda
when I
true
originally
musician.
write shit, it's just is like, bing, like here. I always like refer to it as like a radio.
Yeah.
Like I'm like this radio, and there's this antenna, and it just like, and that I had this philosophy that music is just floating around, and that it goes into whoever catches it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wave.
I get that. I like that a lot.
Because like I never invented anything. I'm not like let's see, let's build this structure and put these pieces together. I just jam them
I
out.
don't know. I've seen a one-man
do it.
band. You pretty much opened up everyone's fucking world.
Yeah, that one man band
Well-
was phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing.
Is there a video on YouTube?
I got some. There's not a lot.
The one that Dano and I saw, honestly, like when I heard that it was going to be a one-man band, I was like fucking like Bert from Mary Poppins, you know?
Yeah.
And then actually
I
watch-
actually was gonna get that tattooed on me.
You should,
Bert
because
with the big
that's
drum
rad,
on his
dude.
back.
That'd
Who
be a
doesn't love
sick
Dick Van
tattoo.
Dyke?
Yeah.
But no, when we actually sat and watched you play, it was like it blew my fucking mind. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm sure I'll never see anything like it again. It was
Shit, high school
absolutely
swinging mothers.
incredible.
Yeah.
And you
it
did a
was-
phenomenal job, dude. Seriously, that was
Well, thank you.
insane to watch.
It's a lot of practice.
Blew my fucking mind. I bet. Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked like a lot of practice, and it looked like a lot of hard work. But you, I mean, it didn't look like hard work. You made it look easy as fuck. But
Yeah.
like,
Well,
if I were to
it's-
go up and do something like that, there's no way. You know.
You have to.
So,
You have to.
it was very cool.
You have to pay no attention at all and be brainless.
And what show did we figure out that was at again?
I'm really good at that.
It's the only way to do it.
It was the
Yeah.
Sinister Show.
I need to do that. I need to do that
Metro,
more.
Shout out
If you
Metro.
think about any of the parts, you can't do any of them.
Right, you just kind of gotta go with the flow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you saw me play live, you would notice that I mostly even play with my eyes closed. You know?
I just thought you were rocking out.
all that shit all at once, and mostly my eyes are shut. You know, it's not like I'm trying
Yeah.
to do it.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? It just it just happens.
I sing with my eyes
Civic.
shut a lot, but I feel like that helps me remember what I need to say next.
Right?
Yeah.
Apparently, Facebook thinks if it's more
So
than 2 years
what
old, you
current
can make
band
videos.
are you in?
Yep.
So, it's basically still my one-man band. Same name.
One man
I
band.
never changed it.
One-man
Believes in
band's in
Ghosts.
Oh, believes in ghosts.
So I came up with Believes in Ghosts out of
From your Utah County folklore.
it was all pure depression. I just got divorced. My kids were with their mom. She wanted to move to this place that was all rich and fancy down in Arizona called Avondale. Pigs everywhere. You know, like
You wanna
not
be
my
fancy.
Yeah.
town. I like living on the west side
What is it?
with all the Latinos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
blend in.
yeah, I don't want to live in the rich
No, type it
white
in.
part,
Because I'm pretty sure.
Right.
and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I don't blame
I
you.
don't like those. I don't like those people. I don't like the
No, they're
areas.
not really. Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I know
with
exactly.
my lifestyle, with who I am, I
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable there, and I
Yeah.
am white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I basically, she moved out. She didn't even tell me where she was moving, that she was getting the house.
You had it.
She just went and rented this place and didn't tell me about it. And then she was like, I'm moving here. You either move here with me or
No, really?
you're out. And I'm like,
Hey,
well,
I
I
need to
guess
do
I'm
that.
out.
Yeah.
And so I squatted at the old house. Like, we all moved out, and I just went back there. And I lived by candlelight and filled the toilets up with water. You know,
Oh, yeah?
filled the tanks with buckets of water. You know, and I wrote a lot of my first Believes in Ghost songs by candlelight in the dark, squatting in my old house that I used to live in.
In Arizona.
Yeah,
Right
I
on.
did that for a couple of months.
I mean, kind of a cool place to be homeless. It doesn't really get that cold there,
No,
right?
it was during a good part of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and then I did that for a while. I was broke. You know, didn't have nothing else to do. I still had a job, and then I moved up here, and that's really when I started getting into art more seriously.
When was that? Do you
Like
remember?
moving when I came back here, it was
Year?
like
2014.
yeah, like 14, 13, around there. That's when the, you know, like, I don't know, divorce crap started happening, you know. And then when I guess all that time on my hands with no kids around is when I started getting into really writing crazy music and doing crazy art stuff. And I just decided I'm never going to stop. And I was like, what have I been doing with my life? Fucking wasting it, thinking that
Yeah.
there's something more to it
Working the 9 to 5.
than playing music and doing art. Like, what was I thinking? There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
You know?
that's what you love, man, fucking
Yeah,
killer.
and so-
That's awesome. It takes a lot of people a long time to find that, I think.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I do now, is art and music. I mean, I've mostly my whole life, kind of.
We also saw you a second time. It was
When?
with Press Gang Union.
Liquid Joe's?
And Uncle Scary Steve.
Scary Uncle Steve.
Scary Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
That was the other show we saw,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
that was a rad
That's
show.
the one I found just now.
Okay, that was a great
I
show.
just
He's
tagged,
not looking at
I
it.
just tagged it so you can
Oh, cool.
Shout out
Sick.
Liquid Joe's.
Liquid
Shout out Rick.
What up,
Fucking love you, Rick.
I made all that shit that held all the stuff together to play it.
Yeah.
I made all the pedals, just welded them up. So squatting in my house, I still had a welder. You know, even though I was
A what?
squatting and broke, I had a welder. And so I sat there.
Generator? Generated? What?
No,
Yeah, don't you
for
need
the first
electricity for
month, I
something
made
like
that like in the first month before the power got shut off.
Oh, okay.
And so I just sat there in my living room and welded all that shit up and practiced like a motherfucker for.
That's awesome. What,
Yeah.
what a great time to create shit, huh?
Yeah,
During
yeah.
that
Yeah,
time.
just on your own.
Bad times.
Yeah.
But I mean, bad
That's
times
who you are,
usually make good music. I mean,
Yeah.
They do.
They do.
Like, I mean, good
They
times
do.
are always around the corner, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, I
That's
mean,
something that's written on someone's wall or not.
I started getting crazy, like this kind of shit. You know, this is actually you can plug it in with a quarter-inch jack
What is it?
to like
an instrument.
I plugged it into like an amplifier, and it's just the machine gun sound.
I
But,
have a little mini amp right there.
oh, I
if you
think the
wanna check it
batteries
out.
are dead.
Oh.
but like I got into doing a lot of.
I
this
had a
kind of
mini amp
shit.
too.
This,
I was gonna
This-
say I'm a felon. There's not
These
supposed to
are
be guns in the house.
instruments.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah,
not a
this
felon.
is a microphone.
No fucking way.
But I let a bunch of my punk friends play it, and it's pretty in disrepair right now.
It got punk rocked.
Yeah, the microphone is actually missing. The mic piece was mounted in the thing here, so you had to like have it up to your mouth like
No
this
way.
to sing. But then this is one of them voice changer toys that you find at DI that have like the
Yes,
horn
yeah.
with the handle.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So
you just put
I
that
took the
together by
guts of it out
yourself?
and
Yeah.
put it in here, so you sing through here, but you can change your
Kurt
voice
Cobain
with
style.
this.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
badass.
That is badass.
That is pretty. That's something Tess needs
But it is broken. I'm
I
gonna,
don't know.
I'm gonna fix it.
for when you play.
Yeah.
But
When you're
it,
next
the
show.
quarter-inch jack's on that, on the bottom on that one.
Right on. Dude,
Tip must
who
look-
would have thought, huh?
Has it played? Has
That's really
it done
cool.
shows with any of those?
Yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of shows, huh?
Where
Where
punk
someone's-
shows were beyond crazy. We did one at this
Or
place
someone
called
standing there with a gun in their
the
mouth.
Jelly Pipe, and we did a versus show against this
See these.
this band called Bones, and yeah, we had the guns out that show, and
What?
Guns out.
but this right here,
Those are guns and microphones.
this is one of my
Down there.
favorite.
Yeah, you missed it.
You missed it. You left them off.
This is one of my favorite ones.
What's that?
This right here is a Sesame Street toy, right? But it has a light sensitive. I plumbed in this little light sensor right here, right? And that controls the speed of it. So it'll go wow, like real fast. So like you'll hit one and it's like the Cookie Monster saying yum. Right?
Oh yeah.
So if you hit it, he goes yum, yum, yum. But if you move your finger and let it have some light, it's like yum, 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 yum. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you just give it light and it changes the speed. And every one of these is a different sound from Sesame Street.
No fucking way.
There's like water dripping. There's all kinds of weird shit. But this has the quarter-inch jack also. Runs on just two batteries.
Just plug it into an amp and fucking let it do its
Yeah.
thing.
But I've just
But you move your fingers.
Hey,
Yeah.
guess what? We
How
have an
did
amp.
you?
yeah. And so
Yeah, we do
Yeah,
have
we
an
were
amp.
telling
Just
them
a little
he's-
guy.
I got a
well, I could if you had some double A's, I could actually work
I
this
could
one.
probably get. I could probably.
I'm pretty sure there's a vibrator or a microphone.
Right.
My vibrators are all rechargeable.
But this is like
But I think I do have
A
some
remote.
double A's.
I had to do
wanna
some
do it?
morphing, and
Okay.
and
What gave you the idea to even create that? Just fucking around?
I actually made a song with it.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool. We should play that song in this episode or something.
Do you want
if we
to
can.
pause and get it set up?
I can go get some
Yeah.
double A.
Pretty cool kids.
We couldn't find the cord, and we're back on.
Sorry, we couldn't find the cord.
After these
But you'll have to-
messages,
you'll have to
couldn't
see-
find a cord.
That's
Mike
why
live.
we don't have a cord here.
See him live, you'll see
I
all the
just have
stuff.
an amp with
You know,
no cord.
if you want to hear some weird shit, I'll give you a tape.
There you go.
You know, I
Tapes.
got a lot of it on recordings. I
And
made
then get
songs.
that at
Cassettes?
Decrepit.
Yeah.
They just
I've-
DM me at Decrepit.
No, I don't. I
Best
never.
way to
I
get in
never
contact.
released anything officially.
No, but Decrepit, the
Did
way
you
to
know
get a
you
hold
have
of
a
like
fucking
DM you.
fan
Oh,
page?
yeah,
Send you a message.
On Facebook?
I mostly do.
He has a fan
He
page?
has a page on Facebook. You should
I
post
mostly
it
do
on.
Insta these days.
Yeah.
It's a
Who
Nar
created
Slayer.
Guessing him. I just
Gnar Slayer, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nar Slayer with a G.
But your art is called Decrepit.
Yeah, I go by Decrepit in my art stuff. I sign things with Decrepit sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a spoof on Deseret Industries.
Yeah.
I call it Decrepit Industries, and I
There
stole
you
their
go.
I stole their little beehive with the bee, and I put a little
Yeah.
skull on it.
He
You
does
know.
some stuff like that. I saw that temple with the needles.
Yeah, I brought that one. I brought that one.
Oh, you did?
Hell
What is
yeah.
it? Whip that
Let's
out.
see it.
Whip that out.
Yeah.
Now we're talking
We'll get
porn.
back to some instruments.
Now we're getting to porn.
While we're
Whip it
waiting-
out.
Hello.
This is my
What's
latest.
the name of the Facebook fan page?
That's my
Oh, yeah,
latest
yeah.
one for
Oh.
Believes in Ghosts.
Well, it's Believe in Ghosts.
That's all done with
marker.
marker. That's the original right there.
Okay, so
You did it all
Believe
drawn
in Ghosts.
marker.
They have their own
Yeah,
page
it's
on
all
Facebook.
I don't know why I
Okay.
keep talking into this.
It's
Anyone
flashlight.
interested, please follow Believes in Ghosts on Facebook.
So here's
Believes in
the,
Ghosts?
that's the
Believes
Follow
in
the
Ghosts.
Prophet.
Yeah, that's that one.
Oh,
And
wow.
I made
I love that.
I made this into shirts and hoodies a while back.
Yeah.
I made like 20 of each.
Are they all sold out?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll make some
That's
more.
dope, dude.
That's like supposed to be the Salt Lake Temple
Yeah.
made out of needles because they own drug companies.
They sure do.
Thanks, Orange Hatch.
They do?
Yeah.
But a lot of my
Oh,
songs, a lot of my songs in Believes in Ghosts are
think-
about, drug company stuff and Mormons and
Yeah.
I have. Oh my gosh,
He's
all
got all
kinds
that.
of arts over here. If we really wanted to look at them,
Yeah. Show them up.
They'll be on his
Yeah.
pages. Show some
This
stuff.
is, I brought. It's kind of hard to see the detail in this kind of crap. This is what I do collages. I'll collect weird shit. This face right here. You see how there's a mouth?
Yes.
This was in the gutter. I was just walking along in Salt Lake, I think 9th South and State. And this was in the gutter, and this is like 3 or 4 pages stuck together.
No shit.
And when I opened the magazine, it ripped apart. And
Just like
this
that?
is a black and white face from a different page.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, that's so cool. And I
That is
saved it
cool.
and glued it to a thing. Over here, this is like somebody's kids. It was like a homeless person. They had all their kids' pictures taped to like this envelope.
Yeah.
And they left it on my porch because homeless people used to sleep on my porch a lot.
Oh.
And one day
They
those
left
were
their
just,
photo
those were just
up.
left on the porch.
Huh. I'm
You
not
know?
gonna lie, that does kind of look like me as a baby.
Hey,
It's not me, but it looks very similar to
and-
my baby photo.
there's just, if you look at it, there's all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, there's some awesome shit on there.
There's this guy over here licking embryos, and
This kid's got a bionic arm.
yeah, this guy's got a finger for an arm.
Oh,
And then, it's just, I like to get crazy with stuff.
fuck yeah, that's rad.
Bored, hanging out, gluing shit together.
That's
Absolutely.
the best.
But this is kind of some things I'm into these days. This is like spray can, a lot of spraying, like, poof, rattle bomb, and
Oh,
marker.
yeah.
That's super sick.
Crap like that.
Yeah.
Me and my homies, Cole,
Cool, yeah.
me and him sit around doing crazy crap like that all day long.
Shut up, Cole.
Shout out Cole.
Yeah. Do some other,
Tennessee art.
some graphing, some lettering,
It's beautiful.
but
It is beautiful.
Wonderful.
How much for the big
I mean,
one?
that's what you got to do at time, man. Most people.
I've never in my entire life ever sold a single piece of art.
No?
Yeah, you're about to.
Do
Ever.
you give them away, or?
I
Are they
pretty
not
much
for
have
sale?
everything I've ever done still. I mean, some people I've lost.
Do you like put a price? Like
He's
stuff
over
I've
there.
done, I don't either. Like
I'm kind of
I don't like. I don't know what.
have a-
I don't know how to like price. Like I don't.
Yeah,
know, like
I have a
keep on
hard
it.
time.
Yeah, I'd rather
very
keep
old.
it.
Did you trade?
I mean, that's the thing. I've been offered lots of times for people to take my art, and I just can't do it.
I
Don't want to get rid of it.
I get it.
I get that too.
I get it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I practically live at Darcy's, and I have the hardest time giving her art to hang on her walls.
I get it. I
Like I'm at
I'm
her
just kind
house.
of hard. I just want it.
Yeah. No, I
well,
mean,
you get a picture of it.
I've been trying.
Not a shame.
I've been
No photo of
trying
your
lately.
boner.
I've been trying lately to get more into a mode where I can sell things.
Yeah.
My philosophy is if I just do enough, I'll have to. I just
Yeah.
won't be able to store it. So I started doing really big art.
What about copy?
And-
Like the same things over and over. If
My
you-
yeah,
something like that.
my last couple of arts have been really huge. Like that big or bigger.
Nice.
I got this one I'm working on at home. I was gonna bring it, but it was all raining and crap.
Yeah.
But I call it the Demon Tripper.
Oh.
Is it
And
on
it's like this.
your page?
It's this like rotting hand flying through space, and it's on
Demon
fire.
Tripper. Demon.
And it's in a space scene on fire, and there's like puzzle pieces and eyeballs and all kinds of weird shit floating around in space.
That sounds awesome.
But that's my latest one, the Demon Tripper.
You'll have to
Demon
take a
Tripper.
photo so you can at least add it into the video or something.
But
Yeah, I will.
it's not all the
I'll
way
get it
done.
all.
I'm still putting little details on
I
that
had-
one.
Yeah.
And I got this one. It's like a mutant zombie leg. It's like this, just a leg with this giant eyeball where your ass cheek would
An
be.
actual leg or a drawing of the leg?
Drawing.
Oh.
A big
Cool.
painting. And that one, with big flames and
Fuck yeah.
pinstripes, and they're pretty crazy.
So that's why you have your studio. I mean, you have a place. You live at Dark.
Yeah,
or you live at your studio.
Well, I had a place, we were calling it the Waste Pit.
Yeah.
And it was like 7th South by Quito's Brewing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, but we had to move out of that. They're bulldozing it.
Yeah.
It's getting knocked down.
Everything fucking else in Salt
Yeah.
Lake.
Like I
huh?
said, I was looking for a place.
Yeah.
To share.
And then I got a new place, and I have a huge garage. But I just moved in there, so it's not studio worthy yet.
It's home.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
at my house.
Okay,
But it's
gotcha.
a big garage, and I got plenty of
That's
room
nice.
to do the art space. But it's just like
We're gonna go there.
since I just moved in, it's still just all my shit's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Shows
Yeah.
can be played there.
We're gonna do shows there.
Fuck yeah.
Well, you just moved though.
Yeah.
I was seeing videos at your other place.
Garage party
Did you
punk
have a little
show.
quarter pipe there?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a quarter pipe in our little art spot.
Yeah.
That's rad.
So
At
we-
your old place?
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
I think I saw that shit on
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so that was a cool spot. You know, we could get away with anything down there on 7th South. Nobody'd bother us. You
Yeah.
know. It was pretty cool. My kids would get all into it with us and
Yeah.
get all crazy.
So do all your kids live here now, or are they back?
Yeah,
in
they're
Arizona?
all up here now.
Right on.
The ex went off the deep end. And,
Are they all older?
my
In the inner
oldest
suburbs.
is 18.
Nice.
Yep. Oldest is 18.
How many are there?
3.
Okay.
And then I got Marley and Zeke. They're 14 and 13.
Right on.
And they're quite the individuals.
I bet they are. That's a
They're-
perfect age to
they're-
find yourself.
They're a handful. You know, I love them.
Good for them.
But me and Marley are in a band.
No
together.
way.
Yep.
Right on.
I
Oh,
play
yeah?
drums. He's guitar. We get down. It's what's called
Yeah.
dysentery. You know, it's named after the old Oregon Trail game.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you
Oh, you
died
died
of-
of dysentery.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it on the back of my shirt here.
Dysentery?
You know.
I did see that when we were
Yeah.
walking around. Yeah, very cool.
Oh, that's the
I-
band?
I made the silk screen, and
Isn't that no, never mind.
I made 5 or 6 patches and
Oh yeah.
a couple of shirts, and then my screen wore out because I didn't mix the stuff right. So I got to make a new screen. But
But it's gonna be like that on a tee.
yeah, we played 2 shows.
You played?
Where at?
already?
Both
Ah,
at his
I wish my son would do that.
both at his school, at his high
I
school.
played. He's
We
played
played-
guitar. He's been in guitar since he was a baby.
Yeah.
Just isn't. It's just something he had to do for an assignment and not like. Anyway, he said he'll be back. I mean, someday he's gonna.
Right.
It's what he always says. This is still his favorite thing, but he's
Wi-Fi.
never got into it. I'd like to
It
jam
should
with
be
him
over there
someday
somewhere.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's like a long
no, it's
piece
a
of
good
paper.
time. I mean,
I don't know, bud.
Yeah.
we have some
find
good
it.
times sitting there thinking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
what songs to play and learning them, and you know,
Hell yeah.
thinking about lyrics, and it's a good
Yeah.
time being in a band. You know.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they all
cool.
need to. All kids need to do that. Just start a
Yeah.
punk band. Start
Yeah.
screaming into a microphone.
No, I played the flute as a youth, and that was I don't know. I fucking never really learned anything, so I wish I would have done something more.
But you're a singer now in a band.
Yeah, I do. I try now.
Yeah.
You in a band?
What's your band name?
Oh, my band's name is
Rep it.
Anthem for a New Tomorrow, but this
Anthem
isn't
New
about
Tomorrow.
me.
It's okay. When's your show?
We're playing a show on June 12th at the Ice House with Poonhammer and the one-time only reunion of Life Has a Way.
Can I go?
Everyone should come out.
No.
No, you
Dang
can't.
it.
Everyone else can though. You guys should come. Do you have any shows coming up with your band?
Well, just the one on the 29th.
The 29th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at the Metro.
The Metro.
I'm gonna go to that.
With whom?
Can I come?
It's Gag Order and Narc.
29th. That's
All right.
A couple of my friends. So my
That's
drummer.
next Saturday.
That's Saturday.
So today,
Sick.
I don't know if Saturday this will will come come out today. That's
Gotcha.
when his show is.
Yeah.
Everyone
Ooh.
fucking be there.
My drummer
I got
is in.
Dano needs a job, so
I'll give you a job, but it's hard work.
My drummer is in all 3 bands that night.
Very cool. He's gonna
Who's that?
have his work cut
Tyler
out for
Barani.
him.
Tyler Bye? Not who's that drummer who drums for everybody?
Rob Whittle.
No.
Shout out
There-
Rob
well,
Whittle.
it's
Everybody, a drummer out
Every
here.
drummer drums for everyone.
Everyone.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
not lying. Is it
No,
Dallas?
mine-
Our buddy
Yeah.
Rob fucking
Yeah.
has what 8
That
bands
was
or
like
something.
3
I
bands,
don't know.
too.
He's in a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Most drummers are, I think.
But they're
They're
I
hard
had
to
a
come by.
drummer contact me.
If you're any good at drumming,
Yeah.
you're like
No.
crack.
Our band was
Yeah,
without
sure.
a drummer for a year, and we found our drummer currently, and he's only in our band, which I don't really want to tell anyone how good he is, because he's great.
Yeah, don't give out his address.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah.
No, shout out
No, they
Travis,
play
I love
like
you. But no, he's a great drummer, and yeah, I really don't want other people to know, because then
To send to you.
my
You just have to make
Yeah.
someone a drummer.
yeah.
That's what I did my whole life.
We're
with
just
bands.
gonna misery
I
our
made my
drummer
friends
so
play
he
Yeah.
can never
drums
leave
that do
us.
that.
Yeah, no, I tried to make my buddy Chris a drummer in high school, and that's when I found out that some people just can't play instruments.
I got you.
That's
know?
what I
I've been
feel
there.
like.
I've been there.
Like no matter how much they try, no matter how much they
Yeah.
want to do it,
Yeah.
sometimes some people just can't do it.
Said it.
It's
You know?
yeah, some people just don't have rhythm. I don't know if that's it. I feel like that's my
What the fuck are
problem.
you doing?
But I can
I
sing
sent to my
still.
messenger, but
So,
didn't
I
work.
don't know.
Show some more of these
Oh,
invented
yeah,
Yeah,
instruments.
let's see
There's
some more of your cool stuff.
Yeah,
Sorry
so
we
Don't
can't
get
hook them
kind of
up.
excited
Yeah.
here. Right?
My box of goodies.
Artist block?
My box of goodies.
Yeah.
So this is my my musical
That's
phone.
the one.
Play school. You know, everybody had one of these when they were little. You know, you pretend to talk to your homies. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's
What's
up?
up, man?
Holy Ghost, how you doing? Give me some guidance. You know, what drugs really hit different. You know, and I, you know, basically just 1/4-inch jacked it. But the thing about this phone, right? It's all analog, no digital, no chips. It's all like wires inside. You know.
Oh.
But like most toys, you can only make one sound. Like you go bing, you know,
Yeah.
and if you hit the other keys, they don't make nothing until you let go of that one, and then so you go bing bong, bing bong. This
So-
one makes the sounds of the other ones while one's going.
It's like the ultimate pedal, almost.
so you can like
huh?
play chords.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know
I
what
see.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so this thing is sick.
How did you make that?
I mean,
You can play chords.
I have a song with this. Like I made a song. I have like an 808 drum machine.
Yeah.
You know, I made this drum beat, and I'm sitting there with this thing, and I'm sitting there playing this song, and I have like my pedals hooked up to it, and I'm turning knobs and hitting these things. It's like an instrument. It's like a keyboard. You know.
Do you own a real 808?
Yeah. Well, no. It's the little.
Drum machine?
It's the little mini one.
Okay. Love you, bye.
I have a five.
Not the old school one.
Okay.
It's the.
Do I have
it's-
an 808?
Do you?
In your pants.
I had
Yeah, Dana just.
No, I had an old.
Oh, there.
I have an
That
old
is not
drum
hard
machine.
in my
I have a
pants.
real. I have a
It's
real old
got
drum
it's
machine.
got all the same sounds.
That's
it's just
fucking
it's not as cool as that. The other one has a lot more features, but this one has the same sounds. It's like the little small one.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
6x8.
Yeah. And so, here's another one of my microphones.
Ooh, beautiful.
Okay.
Test.
And this one works. And this one has to
I know. I
trigger.
wish we could plug them in right now.
turn it on.
No shit.
Yeah.
You gotta hold down the
And
trigger when
so
you're
you
singing.
scream into that. Yeah.
Huh.
So, but you have to pull the trigger.
Do
and
they
this, and this one also changes your voice too.
I mean, it sounds
I
alright.
told you not to do
Yeah.
this to him.
Yeah.
Well, it's like super like.
You don't want me up there. That's what
It sounds like a monster. You're like.
Yeah.
You know. It's pretty crazy.
Sick.
Huh. That is pretty crazy.
But this one actually works.
Very
the
inventive.
other ones have been pumped out. They've
Yeah.
been.
Thanks
they've
a lot,
been
punk
rock.
Hey, you
rockers.
should make a theme song for Artocast.
Right?
Yeah.
I could.
There you go.
But this one I have a hard
Yeah.
time with. The battery is inside. So every time and it like comes
Oh, you have
loose.
to.
So I have to take the tape off and open it up and hope I don't rip any of my cables. But this one,
Velcro strap.
yeah. I need to like glue the battery in or some
Or
crap.
put the
Yeah.
wires out.
Hot glue
But this
gun
one
saved
works.
lives
That's
sometimes.
cool.
This is a working microphone right there.
That's pretty cool.
And then this here is another light sensitive one. Okay, this is I took the guts out of a choo-choo
Pedal?
train toy.
What?
It was this little choo-choo train that went chug
Thomas?
chug chug chug. Like when you moved it, it would make the sound of a train, right?
Yeah.
So I put the sound of a train in this box with the 1/4-inch jack,
Yeah.
and then I put the light sensitive thing under this hole so you can change the speed of the train.
What is going on?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dude, I so wish we could test these all out right now. I'm sorry
you-
I don't have
you
all
plug
the
it in.
equipment.
Add an instrument to that.
So when
Yeah.
when
Yeah. What do
your
you mean?
fingers on it, it's just chugging real slow.
Yeah.
When your
Oh,
fingers
yeah.
on it, it's like chug chug
Yeah.
chug chug, you know. And then when you
Yeah,
let it
take your
go,
light off.
Yeah.
this one goes so fast it actually cancels out.
No
The
shit.
train, yeah, like when you let it go full light, it goes whee and then shuts off.
What?
You know, but if you give it just a little bit of light, you know, you can change the speed of the train.
Wow.
You know, so that's just a choo-choo train. You
I
know,
need to get into more.
but I just figured all this shit out on my own. How I did most of it is I lick my finger and start touching stuff on the circuit board.
I do that too.
You know, and so when you connect things
It's kind of
together
in trouble.
and you hear the sound change, then you know that that's a connection.
Just by licking your finger?
Yeah.
Well, you know there's a connection.
You just
No,
like,
well, no. So like, I'll take something like
I mess
this.
with electronics.
I'll take something. It's usually a capacitor, like these blue things.
a flux
And you lick your
capacitor.
finger and you push the thing so it's making sound,
Yeah.
and then you touch it and it'll be like, you know, it'll change because you're connected the two sides together.
Right.
Because you lick your finger and you connect the two sides, and if you hear it change, then you know that's something you can fuck with. And so you unsolder that sucker and you put like a knob or a light capacitor, you know, a light sensitive thing,
Or a flip
any kind of thing
knob.
that changes its values, you know, like a potentiometer. You know what I'm saying?
So excited right
Yeah.
now, you don't even know.
You gotta,
And so that's how I've done like all this kind of
I
crap.
feel like
I need to spend my time
Doc
with more of
Brown
my
right now or
electronics.
something.
Well,
I used to be
I
into it.
I have a
Like cooler Doc
1972
Brown.
Windsor keyboard.
Maybe,
You need to come over and play with that.
There's people way cooler than me doing this kind of stuff.
Bullshit, I don't know
oh yeah,
that.
I don't buy it.
You know, I mean, like there's people that circuit bend crazy stuff.
Huh.
What's circuit bend?
It's called
Explain more.
circuit.
Yeah,
It's called
what's a
circuit
circuit
bending.
bend?
Circuit
It's
bending.
exactly what I was just explaining. You know, just you're bending the circuits. You know, like and making them do your own thing. But a lot of people do stuff with the C and say. You know, the little
Yeah, the cow thing like this is a cow.
They turn those things into synthesizers.
Yeah, I think I see
The
something
speak and spell.
like that.
Yeah.
Speak and spell.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
the little
Do you know
orange
what?
box.
We might fucking have one here.
So I got
Right,
one.
but
I have one. I'm actually gonna. That's
there's no more
one of my
children
next
in this
things
house
I'm gonna
anymore,
do is
but-
do that one.
Where'd you find it? A speak and spell right now.
DI.
The DI
I have
savers.
I have a math one too.
What?
It's the same thing, but it's for math.
You can get those ones that are like the apple shaped and they say like each letter individually, like
Yeah.
A, B, C.
You can
Those
do
are
it to
pretty
almost
cool.
anything.
Rad.
But the problem is when you're fishing around with your wet fingers, sometimes you fry shit.
Yeah.
I've had some really cool toys that I've fried.
Have you ever been electrocuted?
No.
Oh.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
used to
You have to pay
mess
attention to
around
the
with all
power.
this.
You don't fuck around with anything that's plugged into the wall.
I've been electrocuted just once.
You know, like you don't plug something into the wall and then go sticking your
Yeah.
wet finger into stuff.
Tell me how to
Well,
live my
DC,
life.
the DC, right? DC
This is like
DC.
this is like everything I'm doing is running on little batteries. You know.
Yeah, a DC.
Yeah.
That's rad that you just put it all together
Right?
though, and it fucking makes awesome,
Or
So
AC.
awesome shit.
this
That won't shock you.
little jewel here is another thing I found.
That looks like a real good jewel.
Okay.
My goodness.
It's like your
Look at that thing.
little music box, right?
Yeah.
And I only save this
Damn,
to
check
wind
this
it.
out.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yes.
But this is whenever I do my apprehension machine
Yeah.
and make the creepy sounds, I can make some of the creepiest shit you ever heard. Right? It's with the $2 acoustic guitar I bought at DI. Is what I made it out of. But it's got like piezo mics and pickups and everything, like, you know.
Put it up to the microphone so we can hear it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. I can do it.
But see, this is what I do. This is what I
Got
do.
it.
I put it on my apprehension machine.
That's
Like-
creepy.
Like if you touch the wall. So anything you touch it to, it gets really loud, right?
Yeah.
And so I put this on my apprehension machine, and the whole time I'm making the creepy music, this is playing in the background,
That's rad.
right? But have you ever heard a cooler song come out of a jewelry box?
No.
It's this song called The Windmill.
This song is called Windmill?
Yeah.
And you put a windmill on.
It
Well,
sounds
no,
like
it
something
came in
you
a
would
windmill.
Be
I
listening
got this at DI too.
Is this one of those metal?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
Oh.
70s?
Yeah, and this song is called The Windmill. It's the name of the song. But I just have this playing in the background.
We have to record that, because I don't think they're going to hear that.
I honestly think that
Yeah,
song's
you
gonna
got
haunt
it.
my dreams for the rest of my
I'll get
life.
some more when we're done.
But it's all, you know,
Dude, the shit you do is fucking awesome.
almost
That's
everything.
so crazy.
Almost everything I do is like comes from DI.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
savers.
DI's where it's at.
You know.
DUI.
Not
Yeah.
shout out DI, but
Yeah,
It's
all-
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
also savers.
Mormons are their one thing, but
They
DI
get rid of a
is
lot of
fucking
shit.
amazing.
It is cheaper.
There's nothing like it.
No taxes.
You go to other states.
No, I think they charge.
If you're a
No,
thrifter,
today I went today.
if you're a thrifter in
They're
Utah,
non-taxable, but
and you go
do they
to
not
another
charge
state-
tax
No,
there?
just
You
$5
missed
is
the
$5.
eye.
Yes, you do.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Arizona, I was like,
Savers
fuck, I
are
wish there was
expensive.
DI.
Yeah. In
DI.
other states?
So expensive.
Well,
Even just
and
now.
Savers-
Well, unless you can find like a Goodwill or
Savers,
something, but
Savers
even
won't sell you garbage.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no,
DI,
Savers
DI
won't
will
sell
sell
you
you garbage by the ton.
Yep.
And so, Savers throws a lot of good shit out that they
Yeah.
think is trash.
they will for sure.
And DI will put broken shit out on the
Savers
shelves.
won't take like tube TVs or
And so-
anymore or anything.
But,
I'm not even playing.
but I'm just saying, Savers is a lot expensive.
I've got
It's not. It's like going to
I like our
a
local
cheaper store,
Savers,
but like a
but-
real thrift store, like DI is
Yeah.
a real thrift store.
Yeah.
I've gotten
Very
almost
cheap.
everything that my band plays on from thrift stores.
What's your favorite DI? Go.
Yeah, which one?
I got two, Sugar House and 45th.
Okay.
Great DIs.
What do you think?
But the ones up by Hillfield are good too.
Ooh.
Up by
In Layton?
the Air Force Base.
Layton, excuse me. Layton.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Fuck,
a good
dude.
one. It's a big.
We'll have to go take a
so
trip.
anywhere, listen. this is thrift tip number one. Anywhere that a lot of military lives has bitch and thrift because they're always moving,
Yeah.
and so they just throw everything to the thrift store.
Well, that's why the Sugar House one is
You
because
know-
all the college kids leave.
Cut
Yeah.
this out of here because we don't want anyone else to know about this one.
That's my shit. Get
Keep
out
it a
of it.
secret.
Yeah, so thrifting's always good in military towns.
Never
Navy
thought about it.
towns.
Like Tooele, I bet is probably a really good
Monday.
thrift store.
Everywhere,
they
like
have
when I
a
lived in
DI out
Seattle, there's a lot of Navy towns around.
Yeah.
Those towns are full of cheap motorcycles because dudes join the Navy, they get like their little bonus for joining. They buy a motorcycle, they do some stupid
only ride it
shit,
for 2
get
months after
kicked
a year when
out,
it's not raining.
or whatever, get shipped off. They leave. A lot of them just leave their cars and bikes. Like they don't even sell them. They just leave them in the apartment they used to live at.
So you know
What?
Yeah.
those Lime scooters?
Yeah.
Just came back from Seattle or Oregon.
Oh.
So many by the fucking Beaver University right there in Oregon State. They just leave them. They're
so many by your
$1,000 fucking scooter for free.
Yeah, right.
Like what? I don't have an app.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, because it's how to get around.
yeah.
Those
Crazy.
scooters are good.
Yeah, thrifting's great in military towns.
Damn,
Yeah,
I need to do that.
Something I've never thought about.
Go on Monday.
That one's good.
Yeah.
But the
I got-
army surplus.
No, it's probably fake.
Army
Right.
Service is
But
real.
I got a signed guitar strap, supposedly signed by Kurt Cobain,
Shut the fuck up.
at the Bountiful DI. It was in a bag.
Supposedly.
It says you can read it right on it. It's old and fadey, and you can barely read it. And it says it came from the reading
Don't fucking
festival.
joke with the show. I'm serious. Is that real?
How much did you
Well,
pay for
I
it?
doubt it.
Can I have it?
There's no way to tell.
Can I buy it?
You know, I'm keeping it just because. to me, it's real.
Daniel's
But-
gonna fight you right here on this video.
But I mean,
I don't know.
supposedly.
Artocast fight.
So
First ever Artocast
that'd be
fight.
I asked the manager, the old guy that was working there, and I said, "So where'd this come from?" I said, "You're gonna sell some shit like this. There's got to be some kind of backstory. Where'd you get
Yeah.
it?" You know, and he said, "This dude that was like 80-something years old pulled up, and it was his son's, right?"
Did he win a guitar signed by X96?
Well, hold up. So his son was like a Nirvana fan, blah blah blah. You know, he was like a '90s kid. His son was, and he grew up, became a druggie, whatever, and like he doesn't even know where his kid is. And the shit has just been in the basement for like 20 years. He said.
Whoa.
And so the
bro.
old geezer just dropped off all this shit that was his son's from back in the day.
Thanks, old man. Shout out the old man.
So
Shut up, man.
And then he called
So
me
he's-
and borrowed a whole bunch of money
There's-
from me. And
there's-
So you saw the signature
How
on
much
it at
did
the
you buy
DI
it
and
for?
said,
Like
"Hey,
$8 or
what?"
There's an
100,
urban
couple-
Utah story.
couple
It's a
hundred?
real true story. A dude won a guitar from X96 signed by Nirvana, Kurt Cobain.
yeah,
2 weeks before he
Hey,
passed away.
will you please
I
talk
was
to the
there.
microphone?
He's fine.
I was there.
So he wrote a strap. The strap got taken, stolen. That guitar that guitar got hung up on when we had the Hard Rock Cafe. Without the strap.
Downtown.
The strap was stolen. Is that strap a brown leather strap?
It's not. It's black.
Okay, we're good.
No.
What
It's
you
black.
saying? Clear.
So I asked.
No, I was
Daniel
there.
knows all the myths.
I know he does.
I was there when they gave out that guitar.
Yeah.
It was they did the raffle at Graywell CD,
Yeah.
and they let me play that guitar. I think it was Carrie.
Yep.
That was given away that night.
Kerry Jackson.
And I went
Shout out
up.
Kerry Jackson.
I went up, and I was like, bro, I am the biggest fan. You gotta let me play this thing. And he's all fine, and we went out to his car, and he like let me strum it for a
Kerry
little bit.
Jackson is fedora.
And then the dude that won it wasn't there.
Yeah.
He didn't even remember that he signed up to win it. They called him on the phone, like, hey, did you sign up?
What a piece of shit.
So they call him and they
No
say,
shout out to that guy.
it was live on the radio.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, do you remember signing up to win a guitar? And he was like, no. And they're like, you don't remember signing
Was
up
it fucking
to win
Todd
a guitar?
Newcomb this whole time?
And he's like, no, I don't remember. And he's like, well, you must have went in somewhere and signed up because you won a guitar. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, okay, all right, well,
do you wanna
it's
pick
signed
it up,
by
or-
it's signed by Kurt Cobain.
It's all him?
And then he's like, oh, that's nice.
What?
You know, and everyone
Was
in the
it
crowd,
fucking comic book guy? Like,
oh, dude,
Jesus Christ.
everyone in the crowd was like, fuck this guy,
Yeah.
redraw.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, like
Still
the whole
to this
crowd.
day, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
The whole crowd went
That's
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was
So did he
completely.
pick up the fucking guitar or what? We don't know.
Who knows? I mean, he probably did later on in
Huh.
life. You know, like he went down to the studio sometime
That's
to pick up.
probably
He's like,
some
hey,
thrift
I hear you
store.
guys won some shit for me.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
on the way home, me and all
What a
my
piece
friends,
of shit.
you know, we had to pee, and we're from Utah County, right?
Yeah.
So like, oh, look,
So you just peeing on the side of the road.
Let's go on this alley right here. We stop on the side of the road, and there's like 5 of us in the alley peeing on this wall, and all of a sudden we just, let me see. And we look
But
around.
that happens in Utah County, right?
We turn around and there's this old like lady up on the balcony and checking us little high school kids out.
Was that in Salt Lake?
Yeah, it was
Huh.
21st South.
Yeah.
That was our little experience of that guitar.
Alright, well,
That's a guitar experience for sure.
Yeah.
wild ride.
So you know, in theory, I got a signed Kurt Cobain guitar strap from DI.
In theory.
I mean, I
That
did
may or may not have been
It has a
that
signature, though.
X96.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does look exactly like it. I mean, if you look at a picture of it,
Yeah.
if someone did fake it, it's a really good fake, and it's like it's worn off.
I want a photo.
You can barely see. You can barely see
And
the
it says
signature.
Kurt. Well, I don't know his signature. So.
It says. It just says.
He signs it Curtis.
Yeah, it just says like Kurt. It just looks. It just looks like it says Kurt,
Yeah.
which is
paid more than
what he did a lot. It was just like Kurt, and then like
$100.
a little squiggly after. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Huh.
But it's like it looks like it's signed with a silver Sharpie, which a lot of people
Yeah.
sign with silver.
Yeah.
It's silver on a black strap, and you can barely see it.
Dang.
You know.
How'd you? Dang.
I did just see that Kurt Cobain's LA home is for sale
I'm telling you,
for like
I have
$998,000.
radar. I have DI radar.
You must.
I won't go for months.
Dude,
and
the
I'll be like,
two
you know
of you
what?
should go DI shopping
I'm
together
gonna go
because
to
Dano
DI today.
is one of the best motherfuckers to
Dude,
go DI shopping with.
I'm telling you,
ever.
I have DI dar.
Dude.
DI dar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be cruising along, and I'll be like, beep, 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 and I'll pull in and be like, $500 thing for $3.
Yeah.
I'm like that with yard sales too.
Yeah.
You
that's-
know-
$5 lamp. Okay, $100 online.
You know the pin makers?
Oh yeah.
You know the pin stamps that make little
Yeah.
pin-on pins?
Got one.
I got one for $2. $2 at
We
DI.
talked about it multiple times.
$2. Those things are like $250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it for $2.
Those are the big ones, like the big-
I kinda stole it from someone else's cart. No, I didn't steal it.
That's not theft.
I took
From
it
another
out
cart.
of another
It's borrowing
cart.
and then you purchased
borrowed
it.
it.
They didn't know what they were buying.
Of your own.
Yes.
That
Now,
guy.
I asked the lady who was pushing the cart if it was hers.
She said.
And she didn't say a word and just stared at me. And so I stared her
That's
straight
a
in the
yes.
eyes. I stared her straight in the eyes and I grabbed it
take
and I
it.
put it in my cart and we locked eyes the entire time. and I walked away and we were still locking eyes and
That's the best fucking
That's how you
story
take
I've
it.
heard all night.
she
by the
never
way.
said anything.
That is awesome.
She didn't say anything.
Fuck yeah, good for you.
So I assumed she was just
and that's how,
leaning
dude,
on it.
you should do
wasn't
fucking
her car.
those
She's
bidding
leaning on
wars with the what are they? The storage units.
Storage wars. Storage.
I bet you do great at that.
See, if you could do that just from
That's
straight
too
from my cart,
That's
though.
too risky. Those story videos.
Yeah.
My adrenaline was pumping. I was like, man, this old lady's getting a box. You know, like.
She hit you with her purse, and
All of a
you know
sudden,
she's got a brick in the
cane's
bottom
gonna
of
come out of
that
nowhere,
bitch,
smack me in the side of the head. You know, like.
Hey, you get smacked by a cane, you're okay. If the blade comes out,
Yeah.
you run.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was her cart. I think she was just leaning on it.
Oh.
You know, so it was one of the.
That happens at the DI all the time too. Like, oh, is this yours? I'm like, no, I don't know whose this is.
Yeah. And that's
I'm
why,
just
you know,
standing by.
a lot of
We
people
used to-
will just lean on a random cart. And it was so full, I think it was like an employee was moving something
Oh,
around.
they're probably just putting shit away.
And so, but I was like, I saw that pin maker and this old lady leaning right by it. I was like, it can't be. No way she's making merch, man. You know, like, what is she making merch about? Like,
That old
crocheting
lady.
some
I love
shit?
my grandkids.
She just wanted to be like Johnson fucking family reunion.
These tiny
of
little cross stitches in a
1999.
pin. Like, home is where the heart is. Like,
That'd be sick.
sick as fuck. I mean,
She made
now
a
that I'm
little
thinking
point.
about it, that would be sick.
She
as
went up,
fuck.
started pretty.
You know, but she was not doing that. You know, and so
I bet if it was her, she probably would have tried to fight you, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
Those
tried
are
to fight a
badass.
little Mormon lady at the DI before, but it is in.
no.
You have?
Oh
Yeah.
no, she wasn't no little Mormon lady. She was like Catholic Latina.
Oh,
Old lady with like
Yeah.
this
definitely
tall.
must have fucked this dude.
I was waiting for that chocolate.
Yeah.
She probably talked about your confession the next day and was like,
Yeah.
forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. I wanted to beat the shit out of a white man.
But we put that shit straight to use. I mean, me and Darcy.
Absolutely. You
went-
still got it?
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
went.
yeah.
We made,
Oh, yeah.
made like
She's
what
been making
700 pins.
She's been making
Over
pins. I haven't even
1,000.
asked, but I've.
Dude, making
Yeah.
pins
No, I
is
mean
so
like
much fun.
like the first time we made like 700. The first
Is it
time.
just one of those ones like you put it in, put the stamp on,
Yeah.
and then like fucking
Yeah.
stomp it down?
Oh man, you should see
Hell
our pin.
yeah.
We have the most epic pin collection
Whoa,
in Salt Lake City. I'm gonna say that right
Careful
now.
with the couch,
You do.
bro.
you do. I've seen.
We got Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. We'd actually take real comics and cut them out.
Real
Here,
convenient.
tell me, got Noodle Boy.
Oh yeah, we got so many.
I need a Noodle Boy.
Yeah, we got so many. So, I got some good shit.
Very cool.
I got this one from Johnny where he's talking about killing himself. He's like, I'm going over the stars. Man, he's talking about blowing his brains out. I'm going over the stars. And I have that on a pin. And it's on like this sparkly background.
Do you have the Doughboys too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, we got lots of stuff. And then Darcy is super in. She's way more of a geek about comics than I am. And so she really went in and got like
Squeech.
all these super like, you know, comics I don't even know about, you know, but people are super stoked about. And, you know, so she's on the end of all the weird fringe stuff I don't know about. And so we got quite the collection. I mean,
Cool.
Yeah, well,
what was those ones? The Metropolitan?
we could talk forever.
Yeah, Metropolitan.
I know, and there's so many stories behind Mike.
Part 2 coming soon.
Part 500. You can come back anytime. But I like goodbyes. Like, we're going to say goodbye here.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodbyes are always the hardest.
Unless you want more, something you got to say. Anything?
Sorry.
Hey,
Hate to
what's your
see
show
you go,
again?
but I love to see
May
you walk away.
29th at the Metro.
What's the show?
May
Yeah.
29th. Metro.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, so the first one at my house. Also, Resolute Tattoo, June 5th. Don't forget that one. That's local.
Jeez.
Mandalore and Violent
Oh, yeah, I
Press.
saw Mandalore.
And,
Fuck
there,
yeah.
there was going to be a band called Raid, but they bounced out.
What a
And
great lineup even
Anonymous.
still.
they're Anonymous, I think, is still playing, right? It's hard to lock down bands these days.
It is.
Yeah.
But this band Barf might play.
Barf.
Barf.
There we go.
Go barf.
My band was gonna play, but then I overbooked, and we're doing a company
Jeez.
party.
Alright, so show
A
the
company
29th
potter.
at
The
29th
Metro.
at the Metro.
Okay.
June.
Beliefs and Ghosts,
Beliefs
Narc,
and
and
Ghosts.
Gag Order.
Narc.
Yep. Gag
Say
order.
it again.
June
Gag
5th.
order.
June 5th
June
at Resolute.
5th at Resolute.
Tattoo.
And Insta is the Gnar.
Yep, Narslayer.
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 And then on the 25th of June, we're jamming
Let's
at my
keep
house
going.
party, house show.
Can I come?
Alright.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find out about these shows?
Most of the ones we're doing these days,
Hearsay?
we don't even. We
Ask
put
a
Ask a
Punk.
Punk on
I
there.
got a cough so bad.
Ask a punk.
Yeah, you got to be a punk rocker. Go down to Ranch, you know, talk to Brad. Sometimes there's flyers up there at
right.
Ranch. You know.
Ooh-wee.
Check
We
yourself
try
before you
not
wreck
to
yourself.
let too many
Figure it
people
out.
we don't know go. I mean, we get down,
Okay.
you know.
Well, coming soon to Artocast.
Coming soon.
It's gonna be the Raunch Stories.
We're gonna
The Raunch
Finally-
story soon. That's hard. Good
not
night.
to discredit Mike over here,
Goodbye,
but
America.
my band anthem for New Tomorrow is playing a show at the Ice House
Yes.
on June 12th with Poonhammer and the one, or no, excuse me, not the One Too Many's. Life Has a Way. Come check us out, please.
Woo! Good night, America.
Thanks, Mike. It was great to meet you.
thank you.
Nice interviewing
Yes, yes.
you. What an amazing story. Holy shit. More to come, I'm sure.
And more to come. Good night.
3000. Circuit bending for you right here.
What? You need something?